Hi everyone, so today is going to be another woman to woman video because somebody sent me a request on Instagram. I'm not going to read out your name in case you don't want me to, but I am going to read out your question exactly and talk about it in the video because I thought it was a really good topic. So I basically shared a picture of what we were eating that night, and we'd made like wood-fired burgers. I don't eat meat, so mine was a veggie burger, but anyway. So she commented and said, do you think you could upload another girl talk video regarding body image and gaining weight? Like, example, whether you think it's worth to be careful with food or whether we should just accept weight gain. I found your previous videos on these topics so helpful. I think it's wonderful to talk openly about them even if they're a bit sensitive. So thank you. I'm glad that you found them helpful because that's why I make them, so I'm really happy that you found them helpful. But I think this is a very good idea to talk about. But I'm also very wary about talking about this because I've spoken very openly about the fact that the whole kind of body positivity community on Instagram and online in general is such a great positive community and a great positive thing for people to be sharing and talking about, and I completely think that it's amazing. However, I do think that there is something in it that's a little bit risky, in that we're all just told now that you just love yourself how you are. And while for some people that is something that is feasible, for some people I think it's not feasible, in the sense of, for me personally, I know that there is no way I'm ever going to learn to be happy being overweight, which I am. People will say in the comments like, no you're not, you look great, blah blah blah. Thank you, but like, it's, you know, it's obvious, like we don't need to pretend. It is what it is. And I know for like 110% in my opinion of myself, and in fact in most people's opinion of me, because people tell you I look better when I'm skinnier. I do. I look prettier. I'm really short. I just look nicer. That's not to say that, you know, I look like an absolute hideous troll right now, although I do feel like that 90% of the time. But I do think, well, not think actually, I know that this is not the best that I can look. I know that. So, does that mean that you just give in and not care? Or does it mean that you constantly try? For me, it means that I constantly try, but it's something that I do struggle with a lot, and something that I think I need a little bit of more help for. I could probably do with having therapy and stuff, because I've got a lot of issues surrounding the whole thing. But I always do try my best, but I don't always succeed, hence why I'm not skinny yet. But I am always trying, and I don't think I'll ever get to that point where I'm like, you know what, this is how I am, I'm okay with this. Because also I don't feel healthy necessarily. I don't eat too badly in terms of the meals that I eat, but like if I am eating badly, snacks and things I think are really not great for you, and I don't get enough exercise, and it's just really not the place that I want to be, for me personally. But for other people, they might accept it and might just think, okay, this is where we are now, and you know, it is what it is, and that is perfectly fine as well. It's such an individual thing. And I think people also sometimes, like I've seen in comments, people will say to me, you know, oh, you still really make an effort with how you look despite the fact that you've gained weight, you don't just give up completely. And I think that's also down to sort of how your personality is, because I'm not somebody that like will ever not care about how I look, but I obviously to a certain extent do not care about how I look, because I wouldn't have let myself get to the point where, you know, my body is not something that I really want anyone to see, that I'm really proud of, but you know, I'd rather just kind of not really show it to anyone, because it's just, I just don't feel comfortable, and I just don't think it's very kind of nice to expose things when you're not feeling very confident. And that's not to say that, you know, I ever feel particularly confident. I do completely embrace and understand the fact that I do have problems in that area, but to not care at all would be giving up completely. Now there's a dog barking outside. They're literally today, they're being the noisiest they could possibly be out there. I don't even know what people are doing. It's just like, I can't tell you how many times I've tried to film this video and the noise is so annoying. But I feel like that would be giving up completely. And for me to like do my hair and do my makeup is a joyful thing. However, clothes, once I've gained weight, is not a joyful thing anymore. I don't enjoy clothes at all when I'm bigger. I only enjoy clothes when I'm skinnier, and it's an awful mindset because you can look good at whatever size you are. Like, there's so many girls I follow on Instagram who are plus size women and who look so beautiful. Now they're shouting. Who look just beautiful and who clothes look amazing on. But it's how you see yourself, and I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that person is me. So like, for example, today I'm wearing a maxi dress. I've got a cardigan over the top because I don't like the tops of my arms, so it's like a vest top maxi dress, but I won't show this bit because I really don't like it. So I've got a cardigan over the top, which is fine, and it's a very booby maxi dress to a point where I've had to safety pin it, and I'm really conscious about the fact that my boobs look really big, and I feel like it makes me look huge. I'm squeezing my boobs on YouTube, what am I making to? Literally, like, I feel like it makes me look so massive and just blech, like, but it's warm and I was thinking, but you know, whatever, doesn't matter. Maybe people will look at my boobs rather than anything else, even though like I just feel like my boobs look really saggy and not nice at the moment, but whatever. Yeah, people are probably going to watch this and be like, you're being so negative, I really don't like how you be negative, you make other women feel bad about themselves. If you watch me, you know that that is never ever my intention, but my intention is always to be honest. And I am not going to pretend like everything is great and everything is fine and I think I look beautiful like this, because I don't. And I know so many of us don't. And it's almost like, no, you're not allowed to admit that. You have to be positive at all times. Or, oh, you know, positivity please will be cross with you. And it's just not, it's not fair. Like, you're allowed to feel however you want to feel. And so the answer to the question is, you have to do what you feel comfortable with. And if you get to a point where you just feel like, do you know what, I've just had enough, I don't want to deal with this anymore, I'm going to make sure that I'm as healthy as I can be and that's good for me, then that's awesome. Like, that's just really awesome. And I applaud that mentality. I'm not at that mentality. I still am always trying, and sometimes I do better than others, and I still really do hope that I will get to a place where I'm happy, but I know that that place won't be this way. I know that. I just know myself well enough to know that, and I think that there's something about that that is, it's important, like, you know, to be aware, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's everything I've got to say on this video. We're at 9 minutes anyway, so yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. As I said, you know, if anyone feels like, you know, I'm being offensive or anything like that, please don't. Like, I never ever mean it that way, and I always want to be honest with you. And I think that, you know, in the kind of sea of positivity, sometimes it's also important to kind of be real. So that's what I strive to do over here on my channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give that a thumbs up if you did. If you've got any more requests for other topics on these types of videos, then please do let me know, because I always struggle with coming up with topics for them. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.